Randy was first. Hello, Randy. Have a good evening. He can't stay because he's got to go to bed because he's got a bad headache. I hate to hear that. And all of us cackling wouldn't help your headache none, probably. Hello, Peggy Lynn. Let me go over there and get some other stuff set up over on the YouTube side. Get this fixed here.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations.
That one. And I want to pin that link to the top. I said I would. I'm working on it. Okay, that's pinned. Back over here. Oh, y'all are coming in. I didn't know if this pop up if anybody was still up or not. Hello, Slim Twiggy. Hello, Karen Evans, Beverly. Hello, Beverly. Up there's Francis. Miss Tuesday night. I've been missing you, Sister Francis. Peggy says hi to Beverly. Y'all can read all this, I know. Hello, Kathy. Karen, hi, Candace, and hi, Missouri Outlaw. Hey, Ann. Hello to Ann Philbeck. Yeah. I think Francis is coming up. Francis, is that you? I can't see you. There you are. There you are.
I can't stay, but I just wanted to come on and tell you I miss you, sissy.
I know. I just hadn't come on at night, but I'll come back.
I know you hadn't, but I hadn't been home either.
Are you still not home? Still not home?
No, I'm coming home Tuesday.
Tuesday, all right.
Yeah, having a good time.
I know you are. Yeah.
And she's showing me how to do my embroidery thing on my machine.
Oh, you just stay there and don't worry about us and learn everything you can and have fun.
But I just wanted to come on and tell you, hey, and I miss you.
Oh, we're going to get back to our regular hen parties.
Yeah, we are.
Everybody, I tell you what, this old hot weather is just making me grumpy and growly and everything.
Yeah. It's been like too hot to do anything.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you speak to my niece.
Hi.
Hello. We love Francis.
I hear she's been showing me all your videos and everything.
We love her. She's just like a sister to us.
Oh, good. Well, I love her too.
All right, I'm gonna get off of here. Maybe somebody will come up.
Okay, we'll see you later.
I'll be in the chat listening.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Who else? Somebody else come up here and talk with us. Francis will have to answer that. It's a Genome. She calls it her Cadillac. Yeah, and they're saying, bye, Francis. Bye, Francis. Did I miss some while I was talking to Francis? You seen a cat tree? She's at her brother's house or niece's house, so she's not at her house. Francis has got the big boxer dog. Y'all welcome to the hen party. I'm the only hen up here. I need some more of y'all up here. Ann's got 3 embroidery machines. I ain't got nothing to tell you guys other than it's hot and miserable summertime, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm ready for fall. And Peggy Lynn said, give her a second and she'll come up. I have heard from Julie. Julie's back in Chicago. She didn't stay out in Utah very long. They said she was too tiny, so they sent her back home. And Ann's busy with the garden, so I know. I've tried to squeeze in a little sewing, but I've been helping my sister and her daughter make a quilt, and it's coming along real pretty. But now they've had to go back to work, so it's been put on hold. Oh, there's Jackie. There's Jackie. Hello.
Hello. Where you been?
I missed you. Did you miss me?
I missed you. Where have you been?
I've just been out here trying to be nice. The weather's so awful. I think I'm grumpy and growly. You know?
No, I feel like I'm in prison.
Yes.
But I did get out and go get me some tacos today. Hello,
Oh.
Slim, Twiggy, and Candy.
I know this was kind of a pop-up, but I thought, oh, well, I ain't doing nothing else, so why not?
Well, hi, Dee. Now you could come up, couldn't you?
Yes, they could. There's Peggy Lynn. Hello, Peggy Lynn. Are you hot and grumpy too, like the rest of us?
No, I'm not hot. Just my left arm's hurting.
Oh,
But it's all right. I see the doctor Tuesday, so it's that muscle I pulled 12 years ago.
And how's your feet and legs? Do they just the same as always?
Yeah, same as always. And so my daughter, she messaged me Thursday night. Oh, come on, light. Hang on. My light's not behaving. She messaged me Thursday night, and she said that her stepdad had passed away in his sleep.
Oh, no.
Which is my ex, right? So I called her. Not about him. It's about her, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always about her. And she was all upset. And, you know,
Yeah.
I'm mama. And I was married to him for 22 years, so. But she's still going through that. I'm trying to help her through it as much as I can.
Yeah.
She's trying to find a home for his dogs. She may have found homes for them, so we'll see. But other than that, and I got Mom's, as you can see behind me, Mom's design wall is up. Right there. I got that put up for her.
Okay.
Got the sandbags finished for it. Started working on that orange quilt some. And I mailed out all my blocks yesterday morning.
Okay. We'll be checking the mail.
So all the blocks are on their way. But I took several naps today because I was just in so much pain. It was, yeah. Just lay down. I actually took 2 naps. One right after the other. I got up and I just went and laid down on the sofa. But some days you just have to, right? If your body says you need to go lay down, you need to go lay down. Hi, Mona. Hello, everybody in chat.
Hey, Mama.
Yeah,
So you got Nightbot set up so that every time someone says hello, Nightbot responds, right?
I tried. I don't know if I should do that or not, but I messed with it the other day, so it's doing that.
It is. So if y'all type howdy, it won't respond every time you say hello to somebody who's come in the chat. Oh, that's funny. I know it's convenient for you guys, so you don't have to say hi, but it fills up the chat when everybody's saying hello.
And it doesn't call them out by name like some of the people have set it up. I didn't know how to do that, but
Yeah.
hey, Charlotte, my sweet Charlotte friend too. And Vay said, "Hey is good." Instead of hi or hello, say hey. Oh,
That's funny.
howdy,
I
howdy.
thought that was my phone earlier and checked it, and I'm like, my phone didn't ding.
Uh,
Must be somebody else's phone.
well, this is just dinged. I think mine did.
Yeah. Thank you, Candy. I kind of getting used to it anymore. I'm thinking I need this arm in a sling. We'll see what she says. I can't remember what they did when I pulled the muscle.
I like you saying a zillion times. Are you being sarcastic?
It does it on her channel too, so she obviously does.
Hello, Pam.
Hello, Pam.
Hi, ladies.
Thank you,
I'm,
Vay.
My
I'm
pay,
feeling better.
Okay. And you're down in Texas where they're about to burn up too, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm down the road, you might say, from Jackie.
yep. It was 108 yesterday here.
Yeah. No, I think I figured out some of my problems. Some of them. I started taking my blood pressure and come to figure out, because I remembered once before somehow I was taking 2 blood pressure medicines and by accident. And I remembered how I felt when that happened. So I started taking my pressure and realized my pressure is running low right now, close to what it's supposed to be. And here I was taking blood pressure medicine, which was dropping me too low. And then I stopped taking my sleeping medicine at night, and that seems to be helping.
Okay.
But I still got the shakes right now, and my voice is a little rough. But I'm sewing more, making scrunchies. Right now, that's all my brain can handle. So I just got off the phone with my granddaughter and found out what colors they wanted. And so I'm going to try to make some stuff up for them and me.
Hello, Kim.
So everybody that's joined chat recently, I mailed out all my blocks yesterday morning. So you should be getting a block in the mail soon.
And you said you put information in there about another swap.
I did.
You give us a hand?
January?
Oh, January. Okay. That's next year.
I know. I didn't want ones too soon. I figured if I just mentioned something in chat about another block swap, you just pin it to my what do you call it? Responsibilities, like you did the last one. I know.
With this one, I know. But
You've
done a good job on getting us organized on this one.
Hi, Kim.
Except I had 2 zip codes wrong. I found that out at the post office, but I fixed it he gave me a black Sharpie so he could type it in so it would go to the right place.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about a themed swap this time.
Okay.
And my thoughts were spring garden, which would be vegetables,
That'd be good.
fruits. That was my thought. It's not in the little note I sent, but it's on my tablet to all my notes. Got all these notes as they come out of my head.
We need to pause you and enlarge that and see what you wrote.
No. No. All right, I gave you a hint. A spring garden and fruits and vegetables.
Okay, y'all heard it. Spring garden and fruits and vegetables.
And it could be, I'm thinking applique or pieced because I found a lot of pieced vegetable blocks as well. And pieced fruit blocks. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me make a note.
Did any of you guys go over to Dee's Homestead in the Woods birthday bash this afternoon? Did you go over that? Did y'all go to that?
I was napping. Sorry, Dee.
But it went on. I don't know if it's still going on or not, but it went on over 3 hours. So,
Oh.
So I watched it 2 or 3 hours, and then I had to stop and make supper and do some other stuff. But
Right.
I didn't even know about it.
No, I don't want flowers in it for a reason. I was thinking spring garden as in a vegetable garden or fruit garden or herb garden.
no, so no flowers.
I know. Am I mean or what?
That's mean. We all have flowers.
Have some tomato plants with buds on them.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go. There you can get your flower in.
How about bees?
I thought about that. I thought about bees because you're going to need them in the garden. And actually, I was thinking your tools, like your buckets or your watering cans or your rakes.
I got plenty of fabric for that.
Yeah.
Weeds.
Our garden doesn't have weeds, Lisa.
Mine does.
That's all I'm saying, or you're going to give it all away.
Let's ask her some more questions so that she'll have to tell us some more.
That is hard for me for fruit or vegetables and no applique for me.
I've got just the right stuff for that.
Well, I was looking online and there's a lot of patterns for fruits and vegetables.
Hello.
That are not appliqued.
I got that.
You only grow weeds? Some days I think that's the only thing I grow too.
I got that apple fabric for one thing. I got tons of bee fabric. And then I've got some fabric I bought that's all vegetables and stuff. I was going to do some aprons with it.
Right.
Rita, I didn't think you was going to be on tonight.
Well, I wasn't until 15 minutes ago. I decided I was. I don't know. Ever how long we've been here? It's been more like 20, 25 minutes. I just sitting down there not doing nothing. I thought, well, I'll see if anybody else is not doing anything. So,
I was just texting Marla back and forth, and she asked me, I said, well, I don't think she is because she would have posted it, so she's not on tonight. And then we were talking, and then all at once she says, Rita's live now. I said, okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Don't want to be rude or anything.
I'm sorry I don't have no schedule. My life's crazy. It is. So.
There's no way I could do a schedule.
No, it's hard. Yeah.
I'll never be one of those people say I'm going to be on at such time. Nope, ain't going to happen.
Okay, we have until January, ladies. And before that, I'll post a video about it.
About what? I missed it. What in January?
Give her all the details.
I'm not giving her. Nice try, Rita.
Give it to me. I want
Give
it.
it to me. I need to know now. You like that commercial? I want my money now. Oh, a spring garden swap.
Oh,
What
okay.
kind of
Fruits and
swap?
vegetables.
Fruits and vegetables.
When would the deadline be?
The end?
Yes.
I was thinking the end of May. Start in January, the end of May.
Okay,
That's
good.
5 months.
I've got a quilting retreat in Millersburg, Ohio in April.
Yeah.
So I got to work that in too. So
See, you're gonna have to tell Marla too. She missed it.
Marla, you missed it.
And Peggy Lynn has been so secretive. She won't give away very many of the details.
Oh my goodness.
No. You got till January, ladies. My gosh.
Good night to
But when I go to Millersburg, I'm going to be
Lisa.
gone longer than just a retreat. I'm going to do a vacation in and visit. I want to go to some other quilt shops and other things around there. I might go to Paducah on the way back. I don't know.
See what Lisa wrote.
at the brown fabric.
Fabric. Gardening transition.
Oh, I've got lots of fruit fabrics and stuff.
I'm not talking the fabrics. I'm talking the actual fruit created. So, like, you make a block with a pear, or you make a block with a tomato.
A real one?
Oh, no.
Well, don't put a real tomato on your block. That'd be
What have you been
gross.
drinking?
Won't have to steam it. You just iron it and it's already got its liquid.
Oh, you ladies. Well, I looked before I even thought this up. I did some research. There are pieced blocks you can make that are fruits or vegetables. Or you can do applique.
I've
Sheila,
never done applique.
It doesn't have to be applique.
Sounds like
That's why I looked to see if there were pieced blocks, and there are pieced blocks you can make.
Okay. Okay, Marla, help me out.
And I'm thinking not as big a block as we did last time, because not everybody has a long arm. And I'm one of them. I don't have a long arm, and I can't
I
do
don't either.
a great big quilt like this one that we're doing now is. It's just too big. Because I'm going to have to leave 7 blocks off the front because I can't do it. And especially with this arm.
Can't you just make, if you get a lot of blocks, then just make 2 lap blankets or whatever instead of one big blanket?
Oh,
Well-
I've got some Lori Hope books. Maybe I
They've
could
probably
try-
got vegetables or tools or something in them.
Okay. I was thinking you wanted a dried tomato or apple pears or something. on a quilt block.
Nothing that's gonna no.
Hi, Shannon. Hi, Slim Twiggy. Hi, Beverly.
Did somebody say a sleigh?
Slay Arts is Shannon.
Oh, hi.
She had
Sorry.
a 8-hour sewing thing on today, and I got to watch about half of it.
Oh. Linda wants the size of the blocks.
January.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the fruit blocks in Lori Hope, they're like either 6 or 12-inch finished.
Okay.
Is what they are.
Okay.
You might
I'm taking that into account.
Yeah.
Does
I
Lisa
know
have?
a lot of the common blocks are 6, 9, and 12.
Yeah.
And those are the common. I don't really want to do the 12s again.
Does?
Well, Charlotte, the problem is I would like to have a quilt from everybody that actually has all the blocks on it. The one we did that's 12-inch finished, I'm not going to have all the blocks on the front.
That's fine. Do the after blank quilt on the other side.
Huh?
Just do a design on the back of it.
I'm going to, but that's not the
Oh,
point. Yeah, the
yeah,
bigger blocks is keeping me from putting all of the blocks on the front, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
And I'd
Well,
like to
just
have them all on the front, if that makes sense.
yeah. Well, just make it reversible.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, with the 12-inch blocks, you could put so many on the front and then do a reverse and the others on the back.
Maybe do
Right,
it like
Somewhere.
East Coast, West Coast.
right. And that's why I'm saying I didn't want to do that size of block for the next swap.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'd like to have them all on the front.
Well, it wouldn't take us as long if it was 6 versus 12, you know.
Right. Well, and then if it's laying on a bed, everybody's right there where I can see everybody.
Yeah, you could see it all.
Yeah, without having to. Goshen?
Here's the
Really?
sunflower one.
Born and raised in Goshen, Dogglebin.
Welcome in.
Doggle bean.
Doggle beans. The way I'd say it.
Well, I'm gonna have a house guest this next week. My son's air conditioner is acting up again. So, but Tuesday I'm going with him. He has an appointment with his regular doctor. Friday I'm going with him to see the cardiologist also. So,
Lisa, you're funny. You're funny.
mustard seed.
She was going to do just a piece of brown fabric. No kidding, Dogglebin. South Main Street.
Oh my gosh.
Doesn't look the same anymore.
Who's Darren Dobson?
The cows got some of my garden today.
Hello, welcome in, Darren. I was at his channel today, so he's come to visit here.
Hello, Darren.
Well, I've got 2 quilts sandwiched together. I hope this week get in there and sew on them. So
I'm just going to do little projects for a while.
Well, I've got 21 blocks. I got 2 in the mail yesterday.
I hadn't got any recently.
No, really. I know where that's at. Out by the orchard.
I take that back. I got one the other day. It was beautiful. I don't remember her name because I don't have it in front of me. But it was a patriotic red, white, and blue heart one. That is so pretty.
Yeah, I got a heart one.
I have 21.
I have to go look to see the name too.
Seriously, off of Plymouth and South Main? Sorry, you guys. He's from my hometown. My aunt lived on Plymouth. Why did you time him out, Candy?
What?
Why did you time him out? I was having a conversation with him.
Who timed him out?
Candy? Can you reverse that?
Did she mean to?
She might not have, but
I didn't see anybody doing anything that we needed to time out
No.
for. No,
now,
anybody.
can you take him out of timeout, Rita, or no?
I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'll take Candy's ranch away next time I'm off here, so she can't do that again. This one, I got this patriotic one. It's kind of with
Oh,
the
that's pretty.
flag. And it's
I'm gonna-
from June.
He said he
I'm
used
gonna
to
go in
live
my
there.
sewing room and get the block. I'll be back in a minute.
And this one was from Janie Inman. Oh, and it's the red, white, blue heart.
Yeah, I got one too. Isn't that beautiful?
It is. Yeah. So those are the last two I've got. Accidents. Darren's accident happened. And Darren's in Canada. So because he did.
Well, he said he was saying where he used to live. Used to.
And Charlotte got them both yesterday.
This is the one I got.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Is that like
Me
yours?
too. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah,
I
we
love it.
I do too. Yeah.
So pretty.
That's what one of mine was, and then a churn dash with a truck in the middle.
Uh-uh.
So I want to know something about YouTube. Who can time someone out?
Moderator.
Okay.
And I've given a lot of people those wrenches. I guess they're moderators.
Okay. Because I'm looking at it on my iPad, so I can't see the chat.
But I kind of did that for bad, naughty comments and stuff like that, not just a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Darren.
probably didn't appreciate that.
But not.
Well, it was Dogglebin. Dogglebin, you'll be able to come back in 300 seconds.
Yeah, come back again.
Yeah, and then we can finish chatting because you're like from where I grew up at. And it's not every day you find somebody from your
No,
hometown.
it's not. That's wonderful.
Yeah. I lived up there most of my life. I don't live up there now, but I grew up there, family up there, all over up there.
Mods help people connect with the go-to function, and they can drop links. So that's the reason I have so many mods. But it's not to time people out that's not doing anything.
Yeah.
And Darren, some of you, if you type hand, it'll drop your channel links. They might want to connect with you.
Hello, Darren.
Hello, Darren.
I think I said hi once, but I was having a conversation with someone else because I was shocked that he was from my hometown.
Yeah.
And
every time somebody says that retreat in Millersburg, I think about Northern Indiana every single time.
Stitches is having it.
We're glad you're back.
Welcome back.
My in-laws lived in Carmel, Indiana.
I know where that's not far.
Yeah,
That's
my
north of
husband lived
Indy.
there from the time he was 14 until he went into service at 17, 18.
Hold
I went up
on,
there once. It's
Darren.
beautiful there.
Hold on, Darren. I'll get it if I can.
But
If
if
I
you
can
type
figure it out.
AGN, the black bottle drop your channel lane
Oh,
too.
then I don't have to. That's right. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Slim. It just blows my mind that every time she says something about Millersburg, Ohio, I always think about up north.
Do you?
Always, because there's Millersburg, Indiana.
Oh,
Oh,
no, this is in Ohio.
and she has Dogglebin has relatives in Millersburg, Ohio too.
Yeah, it just blows my mind.
But they're in Goshen.
It's
Yeah.
weird in Millersburg. They have a Walmart, but it's not like a super center. It's like the old ones. And there's this area where all the buggies will be parked.
Ohio?
But yes, but they have it set up just for
That's
them.
funny.
Yeah.
That's funny because all the Amish up north,
Uh-huh.
right? And they're just the same. I mean, there's Millersburg and all of them areas up there with Amish buggies. It just blows my mind.
Yeah. I took
In a
picture
town in
of it.
Stephenville, south of us, I haven't been there in a long time to down in the area, just drive through, but in the parking lot at Walmart and other places, they had parking places for the buggies,
Yeah.
hitching posts.
They do in Goshen too at the Super Walmart. They actually have lean-tos that the Amish came and built so the horses would be out of the sun in the summertime.
Yeah. They had this. It was kind of a metal building and where they could drive in and park them there. And
Yeah.
I just thought that was so unusual because you don't find that in Oklahoma, you know.
I'm still in Indiana, but west of Indy.
We're from all over sometimes.
Yeah, I'm from
Oh, they got them in
Oklahoma.
Martins now too, huh? Huh. That Super Walmart there in Goshen has all kinds of fabric, but it's because there's so many Amish that sew. Because all the Walmarts around here don't carry that much fabric.
I went to look at this house to buy years and years ago. South of us, it's called Glenrose. And this house, there was a room. I would have bought the house just for that room if they just left everything. I'm not sure what religion they were, but it was all set up with shelving on the walls, a big cutting table, fabric stacked in certain ways, sewing areas. All the girls knew how to sew, and they all played musical instruments. And because when you went upstairs, it was a 3-story house, but when you went upstairs from the living room, it had not bunk beds, but twin beds along each side of the wall, and then there's another staircase that came down by the kitchen. And so, and each end of the house had a desk where the window was. And at one desk, people would send in this young man pictures, photographs, and you could see where he was sitting there sketching them, making sketches from them for them. And then they had a little building that they did pottery in. And then they had another little building that they did like, what's that? The wood rotary, the like welcome signs and your name, you know what I'm talking about? Router. They would router signs and do all sorts of good work. But that sewing room was to die for. And then the back porch. The back porch is where they made candles. They had all these racks with the bars of soap. But I knew they were some kind of religion that did missionary work and stuff like that. and they homeschooled the kids. In the closet, there was this sign with a belt hanging on it: "Spare the rod and spoil the child." Anyway,
I brought back some cheese from over there and put it in the freezer, and ever so often I'll get one of them out, and it's really been good.
Peggy Lynn has Piper toes.
Right here. See him?
Oh, I see now. I wasn't looking up there. I was reading the comments. So I wasn't seeing the Piper toes.
She's been kicking me in the rib cage, and I've moved him. Night, Kim.
it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I got this left over from making masks. I think I'll be using this for many years to come.
Mm-hmm. Good night, Kim.
I don't know. I don't, but others might.
What?
Dogglebin asked if we make quilts to sell.
No.
I mean, there might be somebody in chat that does.
I just give mine to charity, Quilt of Valor, or to family.
I've sold I've sold one actually. Nobody else wants to pay what they're worth, so.
Yeah, someone liked this flag kind of quilt that I made. It really wasn't a quilt. It's about as long as the couch is. You use it, it's probably like to cover up, you know. And so she wanted it, and so I priced everything out. And I said, you know, and I told her how much for thread, you know, how much for this, how many hours it would take me, you know, each of the fabrics, how much they cost, you know. I mean, I itemized everything. I never heard back from her.
No.
So we checked back and forth. So I never brought it up again. I mean, she gave me the answer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila, you need to talk a little louder, a little closer.
Okay.
Frances is still at her brother's. She popped on when I first come up here, but then she didn't stay but just a minute, but she wanted to say hi.
Oh, that's right. She's out of town.
She's out of town. But at the beginning of the live, she come up for a few minutes, so we got to see her.
Trying to fix my iPad here. It kind of wanted to fall over.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, I was born in Jackson, Tennessee.
Oh, there's a problem with the chat. Retry.
I haven't.
YouTube needs to fix that.
Rita, have you heard from Julie? I have.
I did. She's back in Chicago. She sent a text a few hours ago. So.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you heard from her.
Well, she probably had to wait a little bit to get a flight back.
She said she wasn't there 24 hours. They sent her home for being too tiny, but.
Well, they should have asked her that before they sent her all the way out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now
they should have given her a height requirement.
Amish quilt sale that they have in I'd say it's southeast Oklahoma every year. It's either September or October, and what they do, they sell them, and they have all kind of things. I've bought noodles there, and I've bought little loaves of bread there. But the money goes to support their little Amish school that they have. But I think it's called in Colgate, Oklahoma. Was where I went.
Oh.
But we just parked our cars like out in a field, you know.
Yeah.
And we went.
If anybody's looking for a quilt to be made, the Fabric Patch in the Freda, Washington, they have ladies there that make them for you and quilt them. So if anybody's looking to have something made, they could get a hold of them. And sometimes if you go to their website, the girls have quilts listed there for sale too. Some of them were display quilts.
I have looked on Etsy a time or two to kind of see what quilts were going for price wise, you know. Now, my church had this thing last weekend on a Saturday, arts and crafts, and they just rent out spaces to people. And this one lady had all kind of like aprons and hot pads and this and that were quilted, and she had a whole bunch of baby quilts. Nothing special. They were like all big squares, but kid friendly colors. And she was selling them for $200 a piece.
Hmm.
But they would be easy to make. I mean, they just did like 4 patch or one big square all sewed together. I mean there was no embroidery. There was no little bitty pieces. Nothing.
Yeah,
So,
we'd make them and sell them for that probably, wouldn't we?
oh yeah, I'd make one and sell it for 200. You know.
Ow, quit kicking me. When she's asleep, she likes to kick, and just so happens I'm in the way.
Yeah, I've watched Tiffany's quilt sale, but I want to say if I remember right, hers were something around 400, but they were like queen to king size, 4 to 5. But she put a lot of work into hers. They weren't just big squares sewn together. There was a lot of work.
Right.
You could tell uh, put in them.
Go for 1,000 and up at
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. At this
You know,
army
that's
sale, they
funny.
had some that were going that high, but people were like bidding on them.
mm-hmm.
You know, that's pretty bad when a relative doesn't even want to pay me 300 plus the cost of supplies for a quilt.
Yeah, yeah. And this one I was making, it was out of grunge, like red, white, and blue, but it was like a flag, and in the corner was all these little stars that were real little bitty pieces, that took more time to do them.
Was what hand stitched? What are you
The,
talking about?
the $1,000 quilts. Yeah, is what I.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I told y'all before I made a lap size quilt for probably a year and a half ago for a friend. They were having an auction in a real small country town. Jackie, do you know Lipan?
Yes.
Anyway, she had ALS, and there was a bidding war over my little quilt, and the ladies told me it went for $1,200.
Wow.
Wow.
What are you trying to do?
Was she selling it?
Oh,
She was selling it at the church or an auction?
okay.
Fundraiser, maybe? Maybe it was a fundraiser.
I don't
I'll
know.
take care of it.
That's a lot.
Well, it was hand stitched, all of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they probably had a bidding war against it too,
Here's a
because it was
picture
hand
of it.
stitched.
Yeah.
This was it.
Let me make you bigger so you can see it.
Fruit should be in the kitchen. The
It's a little
dustpan
bright.
had gone some.
Let me turn this lamp out.
I'll take care of it.
It's not a very. I can't.
There you go. It was there for a second. Right there. That's pretty. That's pretty.
I wish you could see it better, but this is the one that she wanted, and I priced it at $350. But fabric is like what 12, 13 a yard, and thread. I was using Orfeo thread, and I told her exactly, you know, one spool of thread. This was a price. I priced each of the grunge, how much each of them was, times how much, yardage I needed.
And never forget your time.
And I put, because I talked to Beth with Goody Goods, and she does hers. She would say $15 an hour. So that's just what I
Minimum.
did. What I did. But, you know, I never heard back. So, I mean, that was my answer, which is okay. I mean, I'm not mad at her or anything. That's fine. People don't want to pay it. I mean,
Well, they don't
I'm not
understand
making
everything
them.
that goes into it.
Do
They don't
what?
understand, and they haven't priced fabric. And it
Yeah.
depends on what brand of fabric you want.
Yeah. And this is
Some of them are
grunge by
$16,
Moda,
$17 a yard,
That's right.
but I
and a
really,
yard's not going to make much.
it made it up so good. And it even has some old look to it because the way grunge is made, especially that red, it had kind of a grayish kind of streak or tinge to it. It
Mm-hmm.
turned out so good.
Hello, 9 Acre Family Farms. Thanks for stopping by tonight.
That's kind of how I feel about my barn square dance quilt, that red, white, and blue one I showed the other night.
Uh-huh.
It's got, I bought fabric for it that had almost a tea stain look to all of it
Yeah.
because I like the look of it.
Yeah.
And some of it's got, scratch marks and
Yeah.
stuff
But
through it.
I've never advertised I'll make you a quilt. Everyone needs equipment. I mean, I don't do any of that.
I never have either.
Because
They just know I make
got
them.
enough sitting there waiting to be done.
They just assume that since I make them that I sell them, and I don't.
Yeah.
Or that I'd
I
sell them
love that.
one.
Could you make me one? Because her dad just passed away.
Yeah.
And it's like an ex-girlfriend of my son, but they've stayed friends and I'm friends with her and it's
Right.
all good. But after she found out how much it was going to cost. Oh, and another thing Beth told me, she said always ask what if it's going to be 400, say, ask for 200 up front. Because she said there's nothing worse
Always.
than making a whole quilt and then you don't hear from that person or they decide, no, I don't want it. She said at least you got to recoup half of your cost. So.
Oops. If I
So,
spell it right.
I'm not gonna.
And that's why you charge double for family. You charge double for family. That's a lesson I learned in college, and it was for artwork. But this quilting, it's artwork. So if family wants it, you charge double.
Yeah.
Hello, Rochelle with the Bronze. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for the thumbs up.
That's something I gotta do. I gotta go back.
Yep. That's one lesson I learned in college that I'll probably never forget. If it's my artwork or if it's my quilts, if you want it from me and your family, you're getting charged double.
Yeah.
That's simple.
If I'm making a family member, I might ask, what colors do you like? Like the grandkids, something like that. But that's all,
No, I mean, I wouldn't have any problem with whatever colors they might think they want, but
yeah.
I also know what colors go together and what colors don't go together.
What I did last Christmas for my kids, I brought them out and said, here's the quilts I've made. You pick one out first, you go second, you go third.
Right.
And so they got to pick out, and there they were,
Mm-hmm.
So they just got to pick one. And that's what I gave them for Christmas.
I'm talking random cousins that come up to you and want you to make a quilt.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's a $600 quilt right now while we're talking. Oh, you want queen or king? That's even more. I mean, it's just that simple. It's just that simple.
Yeah. You know, and I didn't even think about using my machine, the electricity to heat or cool the room I'm in. I mean, you know, none of that, you know, or the trip going to get the fabric, you know,
Um,
none of that.
Dog, I don't know what kind of embroidery you got, but some of that might be able to be made into a quilt. Like if fits in squares, like if you can cut out and put it in a
Mhm.
quilt. I've seen some quilts made like that.
Yeah.
Exactly, dog.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't trying to be funny, Charlotte.
Yeah. All my quilt blocks for our swap, they were all out of scraps, you know.
All my appliques were made out of scraps. The
Yeah, I
only thing
wasn't gonna cut
wasn't
into
was
my good fabric.
16 patch.
But
I had some.
some of the scraps were from good fabric, you know, but they were just scraps.
Um, I had bought a bunch of orange to do this orange quilt that I've showed you, ladies, and
Hmm.
um, that orange I used for all of your blocks was what was not going to be used in this quilt. I thought I could, but it wasn't going to work, so it didn't get used in this quilt I'm working on now. And I thought, what better way to use it than to use it for the swap?
Yeah, because you know, if you're a quilter, you got lots of scraps, unless you give
Well,
them
I don't
away,
know.
send them to somebody, you know, or get rid of them, you know.
I don't know. You guys told me I didn't have enough scraps. 'Cause I just have
No,
little
you
Ziploc
really
bags of
don't.
them.
No, that's not enough. I've got several shoe boxes full of scraps.
I just got a few Ziploc bags.
Oh no, that's nothing. Is it, Rita?
It's nothing. That's
Well, I've
nothing.
kind of organized mine like in, there may be like one of them is the patriotic colors, one of them's blue, one of them's green, one's purple, kind of like that.
You could probably
This is
get a nice quilt made. You'd have to take it to somebody you trust, though. Somebody that you know is going to finish the job before
Yeah,
you hand over your grandma's embroidery.
yeah. You need to get a recommendation from someone else.
Yes.
Just don't pick somebody.
No, don't pick anybody at random. You find somebody that you trust and other people will trust.
Yeah. So Rita, what you been canning?
I canned to more tomatoes today, but we're still getting okra, and there's a half bushel of peas down there to shell that I haven't shelled.
Well, I went to the farmer's market yesterday, and I put up. I didn't buy a whole lot, but I bought some. But I bought tomatoes to can, and I've got 4 jars that I put up, but each jar is like a pint and a half.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of tall ones. They're kind of unusual size, but I just had 4 of them. But I mean, it's that much, you
That
know.
much. That's right.
So
Dog, if you want, if you'll be back, I'll do a little searching from my side and see if anybody I personally know up there can recommend someone to you.
okay, Marla, you're making me look bad now. They're all pressed, nice and neat.
That's something.
Okay. No kidding. Now mine are organized by color, but they are certainly not pressed.
No, mine aren't either. And I don't want to cut them up because what if I need a 6 inch or what if I need it in a 2 inch or something? So
Mm-hmm.
I leave them. I mean, I fold them up kind of nice, you know, but they're not pressed.
No.
But some people, well, they say they want to cut this size, but no, I'm not going
Marla
to do
just made
that.
everybody sick in the chat.
I know.
She got OCD
ladies.
or whatever that's called. Is that what it is? I don't have that.
Have what?
Is it OCD, obsessive?
Yes, OCD.
Yeah.
I have OCD, but I can let that part go because they're in a box and I don't see them. And I have a label maker.
You're
I can
welcome.
do this label and put on there on the shoebox, like what color it is. So I
No,
don't
but
have
they're
to dig,
pressed, Marla. They're
so I don't have to
pressed.
dig through them. Oh, she said hers aren't cut into sizes. I figured hers would be cut into this size or that size.
Hers are pressed.
Yep.
Like, pressed. A scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beverly's are tossed into a container. Yeah, and then when you want some, you have to shuffle and shuffle.
Shove them into a Ziploc bag and suck all the air out and
Yeah.
stuff it in the drawer.
I've got very few, maybe 5 pieces of like a green or a lime green or dark green. I just don't hardly have green.
Uh-oh. Dog, you quilt? You can make, mine are not that organized, so that's telling me you can make that quilt yourself, sweetie.
Yes,
The light
yeah.
bulb went off, lit up.
Yeah, it did. Don't have the patience. One block at a time, one seam at a time.
And if they're already those embroidered blocks, that's where the work's already done.
Then you sew them together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Marla, stop it.
Now I just got this El Cheapo labeler from Amazon, and I just type in there what it is, and it spits it out, and I peel it off and slap it on the shoebox.
That's what I do on my jars after I can.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
I want to see Marla's sewing room, her little
Yeah,
sewing area.
Too. I think we need to see that.
No, you won't.
Information.
Oh my gosh. I have faith that you could make a quilt out of your grandmother's embroidery. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just do squares. Just do squares. And then you can have it out on your bed for you to look at whenever you wanted to see it.
And we have sewing parties. You could come and work on it, and we'd motivate you and help you out too. Some days
Yeah.
sew-alongs.
Yeah. Because sometimes we're on here sewing,
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes we have a train going
Sometimes we're
through.
not. Like
I don't know whose train would be going through.
We just have to
Francis is
make
always
Peggy
sewing.
Lynn mute her machine, but
My singer's really loud, obviously.
Oh, and Marla has a new machine.
oh.
It will be fancy because it'll have your grandma's embroidery on it.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the most important thing versus fancy things that'll take it away from that? I would think so.
Yeah.
Are there real quiet machines out there?
Ones that don't run. Because the last time I used my treadle that doesn't have a sewing machine, I was told it was loud too. And I'm like, there's no motor. How is it loud?
Oh, really?
I don't know. But they said it was too loud.
Oh, mine seems to be loud. I like it quiet. Some people I knew had a brother machine, and they were quiet, a lot quieter than mine.
Well, my singer heavy duty sounds like a train. Not like what you have, dog.
Brand new machine, still sitting in the
Well,
box.
you better get to cleaning
Open.
that room.
I
Marla.
won't open it till my sewing room is clean. She's had it for 3 weeks.
It won't do you any good in the box.
No,
That would have been an incentive to clean my room if I had a new machine.
absolutely. Walk in there with a big arm and do a big swoop clean.
Find an empty tote and just throw it all in there.
Made a big mess sewing the swap blocks. Huh? Don't blame that on me. It's not my fault. And if it's a Singer heavy duty, it sounds like a train on video. Just the FYI. Yep, I know which train track you're talking about. These allergies, I'm telling you, they cause a headache today. And now my eyes won't quit watering.
Yeah.
One time, my girlfriend and I, we went to a sewing retreat in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Well, we didn't want to have to drive. She lived in Tulsa, and I'm near Oklahoma City. We didn't want to have to drive back each day. So there was some little houses near there that they had them set up as bed and breakfast. And so we went in there, and it was just real nice and clean and no problems. Well, when we unpacked the car and taken it in, there was a train track just past the yard. We didn't think anything about it. So we go to bed. About 3 or 4 in the morning, this train comes blasting through, and I felt like the bed was vibrating because it was right outside the door.
Oh my.
We laughed about that.
Like a nightmare in the middle of the
I
night.
know it. But I knew what it was. It was the train because I could hear it blowing because there's they had to do that when they coming through there because they could cross the road.
It's so quiet out here that if I go outside and there's a train 9 miles up the road, I can hear it.
Gosh.
We no longer have a train track in this little community I live in. There used to be one, but the tracks are gone.
That's the way in my little town. They took the train tracks out even. Yeah.
Actually,
it's just a little loop that comes through.
The building where you would go in, say, and buy your train ticket, they've redone it, and now it's a beauty shop, and I go there to get my hair cut. But you could tell by the outside of the shape of the building what it used to be.
Yeah, those train depots all look the same in these little towns. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a train. That was the way. It was
But
a
it's
train depot.
There used to be
in ours now.
There used to be a train track right before you get to the state line, which is less than a quarter of a mile. They took all that out, so now it's just a hump in the road.
Yeah.
And
but it went straight through the little downtown area where I live because this is a farming community and they really grow a lot of wheat here.
Well, probably back in the day too, it had their cattle come in on trains and
and they had
everything, and they had
here. It's either
everything come to the shops.
Or
yeah,
oil.
yeah.
Of our garden home for the block swap.
Well, there's a lot of trains in Terre Haute, and Mom always tells me a story. Who's that famous bank robber?
Jesse James.
Yeah, would not rob. Whoever it was wouldn't rob a bank in Terre Haute because there were too many trains, and he didn't want to get stopped by one. And I'm telling you, that's no lie. Because you can just about anywhere you go, you'll get stopped by a train.
There's a little town not too far from me called Edmond, Oklahoma, and I've got stuck there several times on the train coming by, and there's just nothing you can do but wait.
Maple Street's the worst, so I always try to. There's only a few places you can go over the trains. Yeah. Maple's the worst. Especially when it's just across the tracks to the. When I drove school bus, the bad thing about it is just across the tracks, not one light away is the bus garage.
We don't even have a red light in this little town I live in.
Yeah.
We have a stop sign, here and there, but no red lights. Are
the trains that bad in Goshen now? It's been a long time since I've been in Goshen. Since I lived there. Long time. I know that track that runs down going into Elkhart used to stop on there all the time, but I don't know. And I think the dumbest thing they did was take away the right for them to blow their horn in town. How are you going to tell those idiots that you're coming? The ones that want to cross, you know, how are you
they
going to let
should
them know
have.
that you're
They
coming?
should have at the cross. They should have like a red flashing warning sign there.
Yeah. I'm still talking about the idiots that drive around that. How are you going to tell them you're coming if they're driving around those arms?
Yeah.
If you're not allowed to, by law, to blow your horn.
Yeah, we've had them in Oklahoma City. They would drive through, but they were okay. But the arm, they broke it. You know,
Huh.
trying because they wanted to get through fast.
I haven't been up there since they did a new 33 though. On which side of town? Oh, I knew they had it over. I knew they put an overpass there, but have they done another one? They all are a mess. They need, yeah.
What kind of cabinet did Marla get? Because it's going by so fast, I can't read it.
It's one for the machines. I think from them.
Oh, what company?
I think she said she got a Genome, right? Hold on.
And an embroidery machine.
She's looking for an embroidery. She got a Genome machine with a Genome table to sit it in.
Oh, my table's a horn cabinet. I got it from the Bernina place where I bought my first machine, but it was discontinued. They weren't going to make that model anymore, and it fit my machine perfect. So ended up with it, and I really like it.
She didn't get a cabinet. She got a table.
My mistake. But it's not going to be here till Tuesday. I don't even remember what that machine is Mom got. It does everything. She got it used. It embroiders. It sews.
770. What I'm sewing on in my sewing room. But it's too heavy to take to retreats. I'm not gonna lug it.
Well, I don't know if I'm ever going to have a reason to go back up to Goshen, but I would probably get lost from the sound of it.
That makes sense. Why it's still sitting in the box if you're waiting on the table to sit it
waiting
on.
on the table to put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You sure don't want anything to happen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Much as they cost nowadays. Whew.
Yeah, I saw what you paid for that. About made me choke. I didn't pay that much for both of my vehicles put together.
Charlotte, I said I have a Bernina 770 in the cabinet, but I don't take it to retreats because it's too heavy. I've got a Bernina
Oh my gosh.
430. It's a lot lighter.
How much do you weigh? Sorry. I'll be right back.
I hope she wasn't talking to her dog, not me.
I was talking to the dog.
I'm not going to answer that.
Mm.
So Marla, what machine do you take to retreats?
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you take?
I take a Bernina 430. It's a lot lighter, and it fits in my little. I have this little travel case that's for sewing machines on wheels, and it fits right in there. I just keep it in there.
That machine Mom got is a Husqvarna.
I did see someone using a featherweight at the Millersburg retreat.
That machine Mother has is a Husqvarna Viking, and that thing is so quiet you can't even hardly tell it's running. She loves it. It embroiders and sews. Yeah, that was Piper. She was laying on my leg and I couldn't get up. And I don't know. She probably weighs 40 pounds or better now.
Well, I've got 2 featherweights, a black one and a white one. Or Kenmore.
I did not mean you guys. Yep, that's what Mother's machine is. She bought it used. The Husqvarna. It's got a real deep throat. And it is quiet. I've never heard a machine's quiet. It actually is quieter than my treadle. Yeah, both of mine are singers.
I hear Terry yawning in another room.
See, it embroiders and sews. Did she say it does something else? I don't know. It has discs that go in it. She liked it better than that Singer, so she put that Singer back in its box and is using it.
I sold 2 sewing machines on Marketplace. And I mean, the first person that looked at them bought them,
Yeah.
One was a featherweight that actually bought it for $35 at a garage sale.
Wow.
And I, cleaned it all up and worked on it. Got it going.
Yeah, those featherweights are expensive.
But I haven't seen any more at garage sales.
No. People's learned. A few years ago, you would have seen them someplace, and I didn't even know what they were a few years ago.
And now everybody wants one,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that makes the price of them go up even more
Mm-hmm.
when they're in
I
high
don't see them for less than 600.
Yeah. I just got my car insurance for 6 months, and boy, that was a shock.
Right.
It went up like $150 from the last time I paid it. Last 6 months, yeah.
Night, dog. Exactly, Charlotte.
Yes. Good night. Thanks for stopping by and visiting with us.
Came by. Come again.
Come again.
You still say you can make the quilt yourself since you sew.
If you can sew, you can learn to make a quilt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They got scraps too. There you go. It'll be better then. It'll mean more to you.
She must be in a different time zone than us.
Supper dishes.
It's 10:30. Dog's in same time zone as me.
Almost 9:30 here.
Mm-hmm. Just one seam at a time. Just one seam at a time.
And just work on it. And if you get tired of, put it up for a while, and then
Yep.
get it back out later.
Yep.
I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I don't want to work on that anymore. I box it up and drag out another one and work on it.
Night, Slim.
Yeah, it's that time here, Charlotte.
If she's gonna go wash dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Supper done and relax.
I gotta go get ready for bed too. So good night.
I
Yeah.
think I'm going to too. Terry just went by. So.
He poke you in the ribs?
I've been hearing him down there yawning, but big old loud yawns. But
Poking you in the ribs saying, come on, woman.
You should have yelled at him, go to bed.
go. My 62. Good night, Jackie.
Night,
We'll see
Jackie.
you again. Good night.
Everyone. Night, Candy.
60. I mean, 62. Even so, and since I was buying my first new machine was a Kenmore I have now. It's 14 years old. It's a workhorse, but before that, I always used junk machines.
My first machine, a Singer. And it was the tan ones. Do you remember the tan ones?
Mm-hmm. Mine was a Singer that was my grandma's, and the top of it, you flip this little piece up and you put these discs in it.
Yeah,
But
I seen those.
it.
Mine was a hand-me-down. That was the first one for me. And then my first new machine I bought 30 some years ago, and it looks just like my brand new machine. The shape is the same, everything. It's like, except for the new one's computerized and that one had the dial right. And it still works. Don't get me wrong, it still works.
Mm.
It is my backup. If something goes wrong with the machine I'm using, that one comes out.
Then when everyone was wanting
That's right, Marla.
mask, I went on Marketplace and I bought this one for about $50 or $60. This little brother, and so I did it, but I knew it wasn't going to be my main machine.
Mm-hmm.
So after I got my Bernina 430, got that one, I put that other one on Marketplace, and the first person that looked at it bought it.
Yeah.
But I come out good on it.
Charlotte's sewing machine poor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 Singer 301. Well, I have that.
One, I'm still paying on it. But it was like no interest, so it's easy.
I have that Singer treadle from 1919, which is a red eye. And then I have the brand new gray Singer. And then I have that 30-year-old Singer. And we are not going to count the Broken Brother, which I know it's out of time, but it isn't worth sending to the shop.
Oh my gosh, Charlotte. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5.
I love my red eye, Marla. I only paid $100 for it in the cabinet. Came with all the feet, all the attachments. I just wish it had another foot. It's only got the one regular sewing foot.
I think you should be able to find them.
Maybe, but mine is a back mount, not a side mount.
Oh, okay. Those I don't know anything about.
I want a red eye. Charlotte doesn't know what a red eye is. Would you like to see one? Hold on. Hold on.
I love when Singer would put all those decals all on them. They were just gorgeous.
Yeah, this machine is gorgeous. It was worth every bit of $100.
Beverly purchased her brother's dream machine for her retirement gift.
I got to get it out. She's put up right now. See if I can lift it. I got to use my right arm.
June's here.
Hi,
June,
June.
do you recognize him?
Oh.
Oops, still got it upside down. There. There we go.
All right, here we go. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty.
Well, June's here and she's going to send it, so I decided I'd show it again.
That. Nope.
But
What
I
am I
just
doing
love
wrong?
all the decals that they used to put on them, you know.
That is a Singer Red Eye 1919. Hang on. This is hard to do on my laptop. There we go.
So Peggy, you need to read what Marla wrote.
She might, yeah. Go back to that. She's got a lady there in Ohio that may have the foot you need.
This is the only foot. Hold on, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that foot?
No,
Hang on.
it's too far away.
Hang on.
In that little
We have a solution for that. Well, I have all the other attachments for it. But
There's
this
Fran.
is the only foot.
Good night, Francis.
Good night.
Night,
You're learning
Francis.
fun.
Where's my pliers? Hang on, I lost it, my pliers. Thought I put them in this drawer.
Peggy, she wants to know what foot do you want?
Well, I've got all the feet, but hang on, I'm trying to take this one off to show you. This is the only actual sewing foot that came with it.
Let me fix you bigger.
Can you see how narrow it is? I got to block the light.
Yeah.
So this side is the right side. So I think that's part of my problem. I have all of the attachments that came with it. So I have, hang on, I got to
Don't
get the
hurry,
foot back on.
June. You got plenty of time.
Okay, well, I got to get the foot back on.
Yeah, you don't want to lose it.
No, not when they tell me what I've got.
Yeah.
No, come on. Behave. It's easier when I set it down, I think.
I was reading about the foot pedal of one of my featherweights.
Uh-huh.
Because it has this little bitty square piece on the left side of the foot pedal. And it said because women wore high heels. And that was what it was made for. Because that was
Interesting.
put the what you call the back of the heel. It would be skinny part. They would put it on that.
So that is basically the standard foot. And then we went through these when I first bought it, if you guys remember. We've got this foot. We have...
Peggy, you need to read what Marla put.
Oh, well, I haven't looked to see if they have a different machine or a different...
You probably need the serial number off of your machine. That would...
Yeah, it's right here. But this is a ruffler. This one is a ruffler.
Yeah, I think I've got one of them too.
And then this one is a hemmer. But as far as a regular foot, that's the only regular foot I have.
Yeah.
I don't have any other regular feet. That's a binder. That's another hemmer.
And I got a little manual that was the original manual.
I don't have the original manual. I wish I did, but I don't.
Yeah.
I had to print mine off. But that's what came with it. And I'm like, man, I really wish it had a different foot, but it doesn't. because it's real. I don't even know if that's an eighth of an inch on the right. I don't think it is, because it's really, really narrow. I would like to have a regular. I think that's part of my problem when sewing with it is that foot. And even if
one of mine's a 301 also.
Yeah,
It
and
is a workhorse, let me tell you.
even with this covering it, I still can't sew 1/4 inch with it. I have trouble. So don't judge the blocks you get, ladies. Don't judge. Don't be judging. Because I sewed them together on this.
No quilting police here.
We said
That's
that
right.
at the beginning. Yeah.
I sewed the 16-piece. I sewed the 16-piece block on this machine, on every one of them.
And I did look at them. I thought, and every one of them was perfect. So I couldn't even judge them. They were so perfect.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Nope, nothing to see.
Well, I've got all my blocks up on the wall in my sewing room because I hung like a table thing, like Rita's got.
Yeah.
I hung one of them up, and they're all stuck in my sewing room, and they are all so colorful.
Beautiful, aren't they? I love mine.
Hanging up, leaving them there,
Mine are right over here that I can look at them. Let me go back and chat, Marla.
Yeah. So.
No, it does not, Charlotte.
I'm glad I put them up. Makes me happy just to see them when I walk in there.
Yeah, now I've got a barn to put my animals in. Yes, I do, June.
Oh, June, I'm sorry you don't feel well.
We haven't seen Mona any tonight.
She was in here in chat earlier.
Was she?
And then she went to bed, but she was here for a little while.
That might have been before I came.
It might have been.
Let me turn the light on and I'll show you guys all the blocks. 2 of them aren't pressed yet. I forgot to press them when I hung them up. The last 2.
Don't know if anyone watches. You watch Teresa Louise. She has a sewing YouTube.
Yep.
Her husband had been in the hospital with pneumonia, but he's back home now.
It's good.
Recuperating.
Back home, and I guess he was overdoing it, wasn't he?
Well, he went in and had an ablation done. He had problem with his heart, and so that was successful. And he come home, and I think for about 3 days he kept complaining. She finally made him go to the ER. That's when he said he had pneumonia.
Right. That there's all the blocks I've gotten.
The
heart.
Looking at them.
I know I do too. The heart and the little truck in the churn dash from. It's like it was June's block, and this one's Janie's. Is the heart.
Yeah, I love that.
And then here's June's. Let's see if I can get down low. Get down low. There it is. That's one from June. I love the truck and a barn. It says USA right there. So she had to do a fussy cut that. Beautiful.
But a lot of these like this heart one, they would be cute just to make a whole quilt out of that.
It would.
Let me get this other light out. Too bright in here. Piper can't sleep. That's what she just said to me. I turned it off. You know, there's nothing like getting a side eye from your dog. Bad enough when you get it from your kids, but your dog? Hello, Deb.
Hi, Deb.
So I'm going to repeat it for everybody in chat if they didn't hear it. I mailed out all of my blocks yesterday morning.
Oh, Marla, just leave them there. They'll be there in the morning.
They will be.
They won't go nowhere.
Oh, and hello, Susan. You're out.
How many blocks have you got done, Susan?
Hello, Susan.
Bye, Marla.
These dishes aren't going anywhere, Marla.
Talk
We're
to
only
you
going to be
later,
here a
Marla.
few more minutes, sweetheart.
Not much longer.
Just let them soak.
Yeah, be easier to clean up if you let them soak.
Yeah.
See, you got a dishwasher. What are you fretting over? This is my dishwasher right here.
Oh, no. June hasn't found her other ones.
Uh,
Oh, no.
and she's sick. You're sick too, aren't you, June?
Yeah, she said that a while ago. Yeah, I'm running my dishwasher right now. But I put
See,
everything in there that I possibly can.
Susan has 5 done. We'll get busy with them after my 2 quilts that have to be done by the end of the week.
sure would have helped if you could have found your other one, Susan. I think there's a block fairy in your house that steals
They
them.
didn't get thrown away. That would be awful. You know.
I think there's a block fairy that steals her stuff.
Well, you know, Dee thought she had lost hers, but she found them.
Mm-hmm. She put them in with something else. Yeah.
They were telling that down at my little local quilt shop one time about having a finished quilt in a garbage bag that got thrown out.
Oh no!
But then they noticed it was missing and went to look for it, but it was in the trash. So, but they got it out and everything turned out okay. But you know, we put them in black garbage bags all the time. You know.
You have
I
until
just put mine
September.
up on my cutting table. But I knew that because I've been working one right after another when I was doing them, so I knew just where they were. You know.
I thought you did, Susan.
Yeah.
And they'll be okay. They'll be okay, Marla.
Yeah, I got 3 items in the sink, but they're fine.
That's what I said. I think there's a little fairy in there stealing your quilt stuff. Took books so they could make quilts and took blocks so they wouldn't have to do all the work. These little bitty fairies running around Susan's house stealing stuff.
Well,
maybe you need a camera in your house just to see if anybody's actually coming in.
Peggy, I'm going to bed.
Oh. Okay, I'll quit reading chat and talking then.
It's okay. It's been fun, but I do gotta get off here. So
have you got any canning to do tomorrow?
I've still got to shell them peas, and he says he's gonna pick some more okra, so I put up some more okra tomorrow. And what he picked yesterday, I put in the refrigerator, so I'm behind.
Well,
but
my son
But I've been working with my great niece and my sister on that
I
little
saw that,
field,
teaching her to sew.
and we worked on it again today. We're about half done with them blocks. And
And
she
then
was
I seen Millie was crocheting.
well, she just took the hook and but it was cute. She was going just taking that hook and
Yes.
oh. So anyway, so I should have been home doing some canning, but we were messing around with little
Yeah,
families.
well, I'm glad that you were teaching her because I mean that's a valuable lesson. You know, that was
And we
that
set
was
everything
time well worth spent.
and we set everything up. My mom lived by herself and had that big old room, so we set up everything over there. I'm just going to leave it till we come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she,
Well, I'm going to have some fresh okra I got from the farmer's market. My son's going to come over and he's going to grill pork chops. And I know I've got a big tomato in the fridge that's homegrown. I'm going to slice it and have some fried okra.
sounds good to me.
And some other vegetable. But I love fresh fried okra. Oh my God.
Night, everybody.
Me too.
I eat it every day.
Yeah. Good night, Linda. Let's see. Good night. Oh,
Good
Peggy.
night.
Peggy. Good night, Peggy.
She gone.
I'm fixing to go too, but I was just reading the good nights here. Thank you guys for popping in and visiting with
Good night,
us.
Beverly. Is that all of them? No. Good night, Deb.
Yeah. And Candy's still here. Good night,
Good night,
June.
Candy. Good night, Jen.
Good night, Marla. Good night, Susan.
We sound like the Waltons.
We do.
Good night, John Boy.
There's Peggy Lynn. Good night. Good night, Peggy
Good
Lynn.
night, Susan. Hope you find your blocks.
And good night, Sheila.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Rita. Talk to you later.
All righty.